Feature, spout installed to fill up your dog's water. Genius. Here's the dog wash station. That needs to be fixed.
We make contact here, not here.
Water pressure should be between 40 and 80.
Just wanted to point something out to people that are buying houses right now. If your house is newly built and it is built during the rainy season, most likely they are using particle board or OSB instead of actual plywood. It's getting drenched, and then they cover it, put a roof on it, they put drywall up, and before you know it, you've got black mold in your house that you have never lived in. So if you just bought a new house, make sure that you are running a dehumidifier constantly for the first 6 months. Seriously, I cannot tell you how many houses I have seen that are brand new and they end up having mold issues because they are using the cheapest possible plywood they can get, and it rains, at least in Washington State, a lot. So keep that in mind. Hope this helps somebody avoid some serious illness.
That's wild. I mean, I know that houses have to be built kind of year round, but the fact that houses are being left out in the rain, and what happens is they're not being covered and they get exposed to the water, and what eventually happens is people will put the plywood over it and they'll put insulation, paint, and what happens is black mold starts to build up because of the moisture that is in between these layers. It just baffles me. And then this guy, he has to say, you know, he recommends that you have a dehumidifier running for 6 months straight. You shouldn't have to do that for a new build. You would assume that for the hundreds of thousands of dollars you're going to spend on a house, they would at least give some consideration that somebody's going to move in. They're paying all this money, at least take care of it somewhat. But this is just negligence, and this is a health hazard for your home. And if you don't have an inspector and they don't find it, you're probably doomed to have black mold just build up in your house without you knowing, until one day you just start having some health issues, or you notice a spot, but in reality behind that spot is probably just like a mountain of it. But it does not apply to any home builders. Don't know how.
We make contact here, not here.
Water pressure should be between 40 and 80 instead of 100.
I just want to open it to test it, but the whole thing comes up out the floor.
It says GFCI, but it ain't tripping.
We got a broken window sill already on the new construction. No way to change the speed to the ceiling fan because the chains aren't even installed.
This is loose. Here's some hinges. This is loose.
I hate these stoppers with a passion. It's too much work. Whenever they're sealing the windows, I never understand why they install the caulking over loose pieces of mortar. See? Now it's open. This is damaged.
Cracks and damages at the sidewalk. Standing water at the sidewalk area. Oh shoot, I almost fell. This tree bubbler looks great. This one needs to be adjusted. I wouldn't even survive off this.
Bugs in the house, but obviously they're coming in because we got gaps at the entryways.
Downspout missing components.
How are people forgetting little things like this? Like a door that you open and close, it doesn't even have the proper doorstop length. So your doorknob is actually stopping it, and you're gonna be chipping away at your new paint, at your furnishings, or whatever it is. The chains off of the fan, you can't even reach. I'm assuming that's a vaulted ceiling, so how are you gonna even reach that to turn it off, to change the speed? The still water is crazy because I've worked in pest control and I know what that means. That means that you are going to have a mosquito infestation, because that is the perfect conducive condition for them to breed into, wreak havoc into your world. So not only are you having interior problems, you're probably going to have to deal with that outside and have to hire pest control just to deal with the mosquitoes. It's just one thing that they keep forgetting after another, and you would assume that these are very obvious, simple fixes, but they just decide to not care about it because it's done in their eyes, so they're just trying to move on to the next house and move on. And for $820,000 with all these issues, it's going to cost you more than $820, because you're probably going to have repairs done early into your new home. How?
Golf ball test. That's what the tile should sound like. And that's what it shouldn't sound like. Needs to be fixed. Nice feature, spout installed to fill up your dog's water. Genius. Here's the dog wash station. That needs to be fixed. The wire mesh beneath the stucco at the freeze board is visible. That should be fully embedded and covered. Metal trim around windows is loose. Looks like the material they used didn't quite adhere to the metal. The stucco to stone transition on the second story sidewall has nice large gaps in between the trim. There's the weather barrier and tape flashing. Good example of what that kick-out flashing should look like. That's done right. Kick-out flashing details on the roof are short. That should extend a minimum of 4 inches past the sidewall. Upstairs spare shower, checking the enclosure, making sure it's watertight. This one is not. Here's your brand new bathtub. It comes with nice cracks on the outer surface.
$1.6 million and you already have this many issues and you haven't moved in. It's a pretty cool $1.6 million house with considering there's a dog wash area and the faucet just completely comes out. So how are you supposed to turn it on and off? Imagine if you didn't know how to turn on and off the water valve and water just comes spewing out and you start freaking out because, let's face it, most people won't realize that they can turn it off. The stucco is not even done properly. You have the wire mesh sticking out. Watching these houses just be built up this fast for $1.6 million is ridiculous. No one should have to deal with this amount of issues right off the bat without even stepping into your own home. There's just a lack of attention to details. I know they're small things, but these small things will cost you a lot. This is why you need to hire an inspector, because a lot of them will point out these issues before you move in so they can get addressed and moving and allowing you to actually move in comfortably.
Check this out, it's a brand new house. Fresh and good. Fresh and good. That just slows to a trickle. Brand new build.
Water pressure, big deal. I mean, if you have a house that is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and imagine having 3 different baths running water, and that's the amount of water pressure you get amongst all of them, and eventually you just run out. I don't know what they do for the plumbing, but the fact that you can't have the sink and the bathtub running at the same time without one of them running out of water pretty much, where it's just spitting at that point, it would upset me, because it's like, imagine taking a shower, soapy hair, whatever it is, next thing you know, you can't even see because you can't wash your face. You can't, because you don't have any water running through your house. These installations are just not done right.
So we were wondering why this house didn't sell. I mean, you got a really nice master bathroom in here and walk-in closet and, you know, great tile work, right? Nice fixtures, and then there's that outside of the shower. And then the door opens out, you know? So, I mean, no. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what these builders are smoking these days. This is a new build, by the way, 2023. I don't understand. Obviously,
this house was back in 2023, but why do you have the faucet outside of the shower and behind the door as well? Well, what are these people doing? Like, you would think it's common sense to have the faucet inside where the shower is, not outside behind the door. You're just gonna have floors that are getting wet. You just can't adjust the temperature in that. Simple thing you would think any builder, any plumber, anybody would do. But this is just the fact that this is actually real. This isn't AI. This isn't anything. This is actually a part of the house. And they are wondering why people aren't buying the house. It's obvious. Imagine a non-functional shower. There it is.
You'll see all these $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 houses. Well, here's one. There's one. All right. I want to show you what these son of bitches are made out of. You see that? Look at this shit. Hold on. It gets better. Okay. Now, behind all those bricks, right there, there's this. Ain't shit to it. Y'all want y'all's goddamn homes built out of fucking cardboard? 200 G's. 200
some
G's.
kind of like reference that they need to use, but it's so thin and it's not even drilled in properly where it's in place. You see sunlight coming through. Imagine if other weather came through there and start damaging the interior of your garage. I know in garages there's a lot of expensive things, and that includes your car, and that includes, you know, lawn mowers, electronics. It's just like it's made of cardboard. Like you can see it ricocheting as you touch it. Easily make a hole through it. What we're thinking, I understand it's cost efficient, but quality has really gone downhill lately.
Y'all come with me while I rag out one of the worst new construction houses I've ever seen in my life. I've seen a lot of houses, and this one is by far, it's crazy that people are getting by with this. So initially, all I can see is, look at the drywall work. Like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, how does that even happen? And then you get over here to the kitchen and you're like, oh, you know, pretty white and black. Backsplash, better not. It's like a freaking Sharpie.
Real quick, I mean, that backsplash is actually pretty horrendous. Like she says, it looks like somebody just took a Sharpie and drew the lines themselves. It's not even straight. The drywall is not even, you can see it. You can actually see it, and you're wondering what the heck these people were doing.
What is that? Why is the wall doing that? What is going on? This wall, y'all, it's literally, it's leaning. It's crooked. Do y'all see that? It's crooked.
Yeah, I just gotta stop there. I mean, the doorway even looks off. It's a pantry, okay, whatever, but it just doesn't seem right. It just seems off. You know what I mean? If you were to walk in there, you'd feel like this house has been remodeled, not actually brand new. Like it's an older home that needed some help, but this is just brand new, and you're just wondering what are you getting with the money that you're paying for nowadays? $255,000, I think she said, and that's all they get, and people are still willing to buy these things. Even she's baffled. I'm baffled. What do you do? Why would you buy that?
So I live in a new build area, and yesterday that house, this morning that house was just the foundation, and today it's almost a whole ass house. Why are we paying $800,000 for something that is literally built in a fucking day?
She is so right, because how is it that you go from just a foundation to a full-on almost structure that same day, and you're paying $800,000 for something that is going to be built in 1 week, and yet you're going to pay for it for 30 years? That ain't mathing. That is just not the right kind of math out there. And I'd be annoyed because it's like, man, I'm going to be by myself in my new house for a little bit before neighbors come up. Now that house is already done, guys. That house has already been up for days. I don't know. It's just like you would pay for the time, but the time is not there anymore.